So I haven't talked much about taking the shell voicings or the guide tone voicings and using more in the way of color. So let's cover a little bit of that. Start off with F7, and we can add the ninth. Okay, so now I have a G on the top of that, and then the typical top note that most people choose playing blues is a fifth on top. All right, I could add the 13th on top. I wouldn't have to play the root. All right, and that gives me a 4-note voicing that, again, if I'm playing with a bass player or a rhythm section, then I don't really need to put the root on it. And this kind of gets back into that whole thing of knowing what you're playing in the voicings and what's essential and what you might leave out depending on the situation that you're in. I might also use an 11th. I'm using a sharp 11 on this. Now that's a flavor that, for me, when I first kind of walked up to it, took me a little getting used to. It's a pretty rich note on the chord, but you'll hear a lot of jazz players use it. And again, it's something that you maybe an acquired taste, but it's something that you can experiment with as going between any of those 3 notes on the top of your F7 chord, and it gives you some nice choices as far as color, and it's kind of the beginnings of having some kind of a moving line on top of your voicings, which is an advanced concept, but again, something that you'll hear experienced players do. If I go to the B flat chord, then there's my basic 3rd and 7th. I might have the note F, the 5th of the chord. I might use the 13th, so there's a G on the top of this. Or I might use sharp 11 again. All right. So there's the E natural on the top. The next chord in the progression, in some cases that we'll see, would be a diminished chord. In those cases where you have diminished chords repeat every 3 measures. So that's a device that you can really make good use of in terms of just sort of relocating yourself on the fingerboard. And it, again, gives you something in the way of some movement option that you don't have if you just play the chord for the whole duration of it and remain with that one voicing. But again, the buy-in is just knowing a little bit more about what you can do with them and how they can work for you in terms of giving you some kind of option. When we play on a 2-5, which we'll see, you can use C minor 7, and then F7, F9 I'm playing, dominant 9. You can use C minor 7, flat 9, right, with the G flat on the top, or C minor 7, sharp 9, or either back to a B flat 7. Now to finish this portion, I'm going to play a short example, one chorus, of myself using the extensions that we talked about, 9ths, sharp 11, 13 on all of these chords. And then again, I encourage you to play the track, try some of these things, and have fun with it.